back to my channel. Today's video is going to be an update on my glitter injections press glitters first impressions demo video. So I uploaded that about 2.5 months ago, and after it only being live for about a week, some very serious claims were being brought to light regarding the product's molding and not having an appropriate preservative in the ingredients. So I got a lot of traffic through to that video with a lot of concerns and questions, and at the time that I filmed that video, I personally had no problems with my product itself. It was perfectly fine, but up until today's date, that has definitely changed. So something is definitely up with my product. So in today's video, I'm just going to start from the very beginning and tell you what has been alleged, what glitter injections said in response, and then show you what my glitters look like now so you can see for yourself the changes that have happened in the formulation, I suppose. So if you're interested, just simply keep on watching. And a quick disclaimer, if you guys would like to leave your thoughts and opinions in the comments section, you are more than welcome to. Just please leave your comments in a tasteful manner. We can have healthy conversation without being assholes to one another. So if you guys are okay with that, then that is great. If you're not okay with that, you're going to get blocked. So starting from the very beginning, I discovered glitter injections via Instagram. First thing I noticed was the pictures that they were taking and uploading themselves were not such a high quality, and at that point I started looking into it, and that's when I found out it was like an at-home made product, so it was handmade and everything. There was a lot of spelling mistakes in their posts, and also their sentences weren't correctly constructed, so grammar errors, and straight away I could tell it's because English was not their first language. So I don't judge people on that personally, because I'm from Australia, which is a very multicultural country, just as the USA is and many other countries around the world. So it's not unusual that people's first language is not English. So then I headed over to their website, and of course it was the same things I noted on the Instagram. So I purchased a bunch on pre-order, even though it cost me a small fortune. I was very happy in that moment. So about a week and a little bit had gone by, and I hadn't heard anything from them yet. So I emailed them just to ask for an ETA of when it would be sent out. I got a very polite reply back. I think it started with a "Hello beautiful, we're sending them out today, so you'll receive your tracking number this afternoon." So then about 3 weeks later, they finally arrived, and they arrived in an actual like pouch sort of parcel thing, not a box. So when I saw the package, I was kind of like, oh my god, like they're going to be smashed, because I just hate when companies send stuff that aren't in boxes when it's makeup. It drives me insane. But when I opened the actual packaging and saw that they were in these containers as well as bubble wrapped, I felt more than comfortable with that. So anyway, I opened them up. They were perfectly fine. I filmed my video. I absolutely loved them. They all swatched beautifully. So then just browsing on Instagram, as you do, a bit less than a week later, I saw in the comment sections people saying that the glitters go moldy, and like people were losing their shit, and then glitter injections were deleting the comments, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, what is this? And of course I was curious. Like, I just bought 9 of these things, spent like a small fortune, nearly cut off my right arm for them. So I like just started stalking the comments and finally found Cake Face Confessional's Instagram. So I went over to her Instagram, and honestly, to start with, I like read the post, and at first I was just like, my impression was, you're just being a bitch. Like, I didn't know how true what she was saying was, considering it wasn't her glitter that had done it. She was sharing someone else's pictures that had contacted her privately. So it's kind of like, is this like a brand vendetta? Or you can't sort of not take those sort of things seriously, even though I didn't know if I should believe her or not. At the same time, I took it seriously. I noticed within like the next day, I had a comment on my video from someone saying, did you know these glitters mold? So at that point, I took it upon myself to make sure I followed every single claim very closely so I could update the description box of that video. So if anyone came to my channel looking for a video about moldy glitters, they would just see that it's not about moldy glitters, but I had the information in the description box if you guys get me. So initially, glitter injections' first response to the accusation of mold was that they must have put mold in it, or it wasn't stored correctly. So her first response was putting it back on the consumer, essentially. So denying any fault with her product, saying it must have been something the consumer did. So of course, Cake Face Confessional did not drop the matter. She kept at it, and she kept posting about it, and people kept going to Glitter Injections page, commenting it, and her next response was something along the lines of, it must be because the pans are rusting because of how you've stored it. So again, putting the blame back on the consumer, saying it was a storage problem of some kind. So when I saw the rusty pan things, I was like, really? really? You sure? Felt like she was taking it personally rather than looking at it as a very serious issue that might be wrong with her formulation. So people, of course, were like losing their minds that she was putting all the blame back onto the consumer. People were saying that the actual ingredient list of the glitter injections, pressed glitters, didn't contain a preservative, which is also another reason why the product could mold, because essentially the glycerin in the product are known to draw moisture from the air, so it's not unreasonable to say that they could grow mold. So Cake Face Confessional used a story as a dramatic representation of why you should be careful of what you put on your face. She never once led anyone down the garden path to say that it was because of glitter injections that this woman lost her eye. Essentially what happened was she got a piece of craft glitter in her eye. It actually cut her cornea, which resulted in a severe infection, which meant she ended up losing one of her eyes. So it wasn't from glitter injections or anything like that. She wasn't even putting the glitter on her face. It was just a terrible accident. But Cake Face Confessional used this as just a dramatic representation of why you need to be careful of what you use, just because of how badly it can impact your health. And of course, so many people took that story and twisted it to their own advantage. I had several comments on my glitter injections glitter being like, a person lost their eye because of this stuff, can't believe you're using it, get that shit off your face, didn't you know someone lost their eye? And like, that just makes me livid, because if you're going to reiterate a story, don't twist it to your own advantage to make it sound better. Like, the person who posted that story made a point of being very specific and clear about how it happened, yet people were taking that story and just running with it however they wanted to. So all this glitter controversy definitely started the topic of whether or not glitter is even safe at all, and a very reputable brand called Cosmetic actually shared a post on their Instagram, and I'm going to read you what it said. We've gotten a ton of DMs today regarding the safety of cosmetic grade glitter, and we'd like to take a moment to address these questions. First and foremost, the term cosmetic glitter is not a distinction offered by the FDA, and glitter is currently listed as a non-permitted additive by their definitions. For the time being, the sale of glitter is permitted by the FDA under a grace period while they check on whether glitter is officially safe. For the time being, we are liable for the safety of our products and do our best to sell a product that is comfortable to wear and most importantly does not cause injury. While it remains at your discretion whether or not to use glitter in your makeup routine, keep in mind that no glitter product has been officially approved for eye use. So I didn't know any of this. When I read that, that was the first I'd ever learned that cosmetic grade glitter isn't even approved for use around your eyes, because the FDA has not determined that it's actually a safe product, period. Cosmetic grade glitter is formulated a little bit differently to try and prevent any problems like what craft glitter can cause, but even then, cosmetic grade glitter is still not deemed safe for your eyes. So that is something I didn't know, and I'm going to put a direct link to that whole post from Cosmetics down in the description box for you guys. Now, Glitter Injections did also share that post on their social media. On the 19th of April, Glitter Injections finally made her final post regarding the issue, saying that the problem with the product was actually the color of the ingredients separating in the actual glitter, and it was only with the 5 translucent glitters on the market. She'd apparently asked people who had experienced problems with them to send them to her. She supposedly had the product lab tested and also did an at-home mold test. So I'm going to link that post in the description box for you guys too, so you can go check it out if you want to. She had a little video along with it. I don't know if it really proves anything, to be honest. The only thing we're really going off is obviously her post, and it's the same with the mold accusations. I haven't seen one bit of actual scientific evidence that what is wrong with the glitters is mold as well. So I'm not saying it's not mold, I'm not saying it's not discoloration. All I'm saying is we're really just going off people's opinions. And at the end of the day, an opinion isn't a fact. They are two very different things. So you just need to take it all in and just make your own decision whether or not you want to take the chance and try their product, or whether or not you are like, fuck no. So I was really heartbroken when I saw that my glitter started to discolor. And then when I checked it again this week, it has spread even more through the pan. I was talking to Alice May in my comment section of my last video, and what she was saying to me just rang so loud and clear, and she was so right with everything she said in her comment. And I'm just like, you know what? These all need to go in the bin. It is not worth running the risk. Even though I don't think it looks like mold, whatever it is isn't right. So this is my pressed glitter that has started to discolor. As you can see, about a quarter of it has now changed color. I still don't think it looks like mold, but I'm not a scientist. I don't know for sure. But when I was looking back at my old footage of when I first filmed my glitter injections video, I'm pretty sure you can actually see a tiny little spot on the pan where you can see the discoloration already starting to form. So I mean, I don't know what the hell is wrong with it, but it also smells bad. When I was talking to Alice, she said to me, if it smells bad, like just definitely get rid of it. And then after that I smelt them and they kind of smell like Play-Doh is how I would describe it, and they didn't smell like that when I purchased them, because if they smelled I would have made a point of commenting it in my previous video. And what concerns me is that the claim that they only happen in translucent glitters because that's what you can see it in just makes me really worried, because if the other glitters that aren't translucent are doing it and we don't know what it is, then you really don't know what you're putting on your face at the end of the day. So I don't personally want to write glitter injections completely off. I think I want to come back in like 12 months time, see how they've improved their social media presence, their website and their product overall, and maybe give it a try again then. The biggest thing that has bothered me about the whole saga is that I did see her comment back to someone saying that the lifespan of the product is only about 3 months. And that's probably out of everything the one thing that really pissed me off, because if I hadn't known they only lasted for 3 months, I would have bought like 2 pans and that's it. I wouldn't have wasted hundreds of dollars on 9 pans, because it ended up costing me over 200 Australian dollars to get these. So it's not like I used church change. And yes, I could dispute the purchase through PayPal and everything, and I was considering it there at one point, but at the same time I'm like, it is a massive learning experience too. If you're purchasing a handmade at-home product by a company that is so new on the scene, as much as you should have to expect problems, at the same time, you do have to have a certain awareness that there very well could be. So like I said, in the next 12 months, I'm really interested to see how glitter injections grow and develop as a company and their product. And I might repurchase again in the future, I don't know. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Please give me a thumbs up if you did find it helpful. And like I said, feel free to leave your comments and we can have discussions in the comments section. Just be nice and don't be dicks about your opinions and everything will be sweet. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching and I'll be talking to you really soon. Bye! Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is starting off with a bare face because we're going to be doing my everyday makeup routine.